What is up, guys? Sorry, it's been a while since I put up a video. Been a couple things happening, going on. If you look at my most recent upload, the bike got dropped again, unfortunately. Apparently new tires are super slippery. I mean, like, you can look at it and you can actually still see, you know, kind of the oil on it. And, you know, I got a large chicken strip right here. I'm not taking it hard at all. I don't want to have this thing go down again. But anyways, what had happened is that I had actually managed to tweak my triples, and when I was going down the road, the handlebars were to the left a little bit, so I was not comfortable riding it because it felt like, you know, something was wrong and I didn't trust it. So here's the old ones here, and if you look, you can actually see that there was so much flex involved. Come on, camera, focus. That it had cracked right there, if you see that crack. So what I did is I just went online and got a set of used triples from another Ninja that had about 1,200 miles on it and put it on there. But as far as damage that happened, it had actually cracked the plastic that goes in front of the headlight, so now it's no longer weather sealed, which it looks a lot better and light output is a lot better, but now debris can get into my light and water and stuff like that. And also it had scraped this up pretty good right here and broke one of the mounting clips, so now I actually have to have a screw holding it, and it had destroyed my turn signal. It's funny because I put you know, a whole bunch of new stuff on the bike. I got you know, a K&N oil filter on there. I got a K&N reusable, rewashable performance air filter put in here. Really awesome oil. I mean, literally, the stuff is green. It's freaking weird. The Motul 300V. And if you look through my sight, you can actually see. Let me tip the bike back a little bit. Don't. The oil is actually green, which I found fitting because it is a Kawasaki, and everything else is kind of, you know, different with it. The coolant's freaking blue, the oil's freaking green, you know, everything is, you know, weird colors and stuff. But anyways, the point for the video today is I received this in the mail from SpeedAddictCycles.com. Great shipping. I ordered it probably 3 days ago and I already got it, but let's open this thing up and we'll see what it is. Now, it took a lot of research to finally decide to get this. And even still, I had a hard time trying to convince myself to get it because what I have on there now works perfectly fine, but this is an upgrade, to say the least. Anyways, packaging. It looks like they're using that the foam Instapack, but here we go. Here's what it is. Bam! Jardine GP1 muffler. It's the black aluminized can, and it's actually laser etched right here. Jardine GP1. Now, it is a pass-through design. Don't know how well you can see that, but I'll tell you right now, this thing is freaking light. And from what I've heard from some of the videos online, this is unfortunately probably one of the loudest pipes they make for this bike. But gonna do some sound runs for you guys, so that way we can hear on my cameras what the difference is between the old and the new. Most of the videos that I found online don't really do justice to what the pipe sounds like, at least from what I can hear. I mean, I've heard a couple sound clips, and this thing is just a monster. Great sound all the way through, but you can't really compare it to, you know, the stock exhaust. You know, all the people that have this pipe on there, they don't actually, you know, really ride the bike hard. I mean, they start the bike up, let it idle. Yeah, they might rev it up to 6K, but come on, this motor goes to 12, and that's where this pipe starts to sound good. Now, as far as unpacking, let's see what we got here. They say it includes all hardware needed to mount it to the bike. So it looks like we got, looks like a hanger adapter that goes onto the factory mounting point. We have the, ooh, is that a DV killer? Nice, it does come with one. See, this is one of the things I was afraid of. In case the bike is too loud, I can take, I believe, this, and it just kind of, I think, goes in here. Does it? I think so. I'll have to check into that. But it, a baffle, I think, or whatever the heck this thing is called. But if the pipe is too loud, I can take this in there and make it quieter. That was one of my big fears, is that this pipe would be too loud. That's good. I like that. But it comes with the hanger, all of the bolts, new exhaust clamp, and instructions. Yes, I love instructions. Let's see how the DB killer works. Cool. It tells you all the tools required. Okay. The following is an optional installation only. The QMI is installed when the regular sound output of the GP1 is too much for the rider or the local law enforcement. So I have to go 2 3/4 inches back and then drill a 1/4 inch hole. And I guess this goes inside and screws in. Okay, that makes sense. Great. So to remove the exhaust, you first have to remove this little panel that goes right here, which is held on by a couple of Allens. And then back inside, there's a bolt, which I've already cracked loose. And then once you get the nut off, then all you gotta do is push, and you can see it right there. You just have to push it through, and then it'll come out the other side. Go take it off the tripod. And it'll come out right here underneath, or right by the chain, and then you just have to pull this out. Oh man, it's got my hands greasy. Big deal. And then it should just slide out right here. And then that is the bolt that holds it to the bike. Now there's another bolt, but because I've had this this pipe off before, that bolt has already been removed, and that bolt goes right to the right. If you look in there, you can see that was the bolt I just pulled out. That bolt was the one that's already been removed. Next, what you have to do is remove the clamp bolt right here. So it's a 12 millimeter. So I'll use my 13 to prop up my camera. And remove and loosen the clamp bolt, or loosen and remove. Okay, once that's loose, it'd be smart to grab some gloves if it's still hot, which mine is, because I just took it up and down the street. All you have to do is wiggle it back, and then down, and it'll clear the tire and come off. Come on. I've done this before. There we go. And now the stock pipe is off. One thing I am doing a little bit differently than the instructions say is they say to use a 1/4 inch drill bit and go 2 3/4 inches back from the tip of the pipe, which would place the screw to take out the DB killer in a bad place, and I'd have to take this pipe off every time I want to take out the DB killer. So what I did is I put it on the bottom, and I did make the hole in the wrong spot, so I'd use a Dremel and make it oval. But that's cool because now I have some adjustment on the DB killer so I don't get leaks around it. Okay, so install is pretty straightforward. What you have to do is you have a couple main parts. So you have your original mounting bolt and nut, and then you get this hanger. So what you got to do is that big bolt you pulled out has to go back in, and then the new hanger will go onto that bolt. It's a little hard to do with one hand. Let's see if I can do it. Hold on, I gotta set the camcorder down. So you put that bolt in, and then you just put it back on. So the next thing you have to do is you have to put this clamp onto the pipe. Now, you figure the pipe is going to be on the bike like this, and we have no room on top of it I'm going to have it directly underneath coming from this side because everything is done on that side of the bike. So it goes on like that. Slide it back and out of the way. And then the next thing you do is you put it on the bike. So you slide it on. Dun, 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 dun. And it comes up and out of the way like that. And then my hole's right on the bottom. Yeah, I want the pipe right there. Just like that. And then turn my clamp. And you get these two bolts. And you get your P-clamp, or whatever the heck you call this thing. And put it on. So I'm going to do that without holding the camera because I don't want to scratch it. So now I got the clamp on. Now I got to put the bolts on. Okay. Now I got the bolt partly threaded up in there. Go and turn my pipe because I just noticed that it's going to hit the swing arm right there. So I got to turn it out a little bit. Right about there. Looks good. Kind of just like that. Go ahead and move my P-clamp back to here. And then now I can tighten it. Double check my instructions and I think I'm good to go.